Hold up.
Our next guest, or our only guest, will be Andrea Simon.
18 naked cowboys in the showers that ran.
And maybe. Thank you for coming.
No problem. It's my pleasure.
How do you define gender, and what does it mean to you personally?
I think gender is a way you could identify what kind of sociological niche you belong to, or, to give people an easier understanding of what kind of, person you want to be perceived as, I guess.
Something that we've been talking about in this class is intersectionality, and the idea that there is some person that is really oppressed, for example, woman of color that's transgender, that's a child, so basically the most oppressed person, and that if we were to work towards liberating this theoretical, really oppressed person, then it would benefit everybody. What role does intersectionality take in your thinking about gender?
Well,
Roles.
I would think that, a lot of the reason we have for any of this kind of oppression is there's a clear economic incentive for the powers that be to kind of perpetuate these intolerance against people, to distract from issues that really matter, class disparity. So they want to kind of anything to distract people, and I think as a consequence of trying to keep the system together, they want us to become more obsessed with individual identity and how we're different. So I think, if we also don't change our economic system, that this one person really isn't going to be liberated either, because as long as we have capitalism, there's always going to be an incentive to try to blame the most vulnerable people.
We're given some amount of rights by the people in power, but they usually do a pretty bad job of it, and we're basically they just pick and choose what we can and can't do. So without a restructuring of power,
Yeah.
that it doesn't really matter what rights they try to give or take away from you, or from trans people, or from whoever.
How do you feel about the use of the word gay in a reclaimed, ironic way?
I think it's pretty funny.
When did you know you were gay?
Oh. That's a good question.
Maybe age 11, when I was after a basketball game, when I was looking at all the guys bulges.
Yeah, definitely more.
Yeah.
What an enriched answer.
So would you say it's better to be gay or straight?
For me, I think I would be gay.
What do you think is the hardest thing about being gay in society?
Great question.
Maybe, probably getting called a or that when the straight people aren't gay that you want to be with.
Do you think that Americans are accepting enough or not accepting enough?
I mean, it depends what part of America you're in. If you're in Bushwick, I think that's a lot of acceptance. But if you're in West Virginia, not so much. We kind of replaced with saying bro is acting a little sus.
still